How to keep holding frame as a man when you have a girlfriend or you have a woman in your life and she keeps testing your patience. This is really, really important subject to speak about. I have went through this many times. It's something you will go through as a man. Women will always test your patience, and it's not that they're manipulative or they're mean creatures or whatever. No. All that red pill stuff on YouTube, it's wrong. Trust me, these women, they don't want to hurt you. They're not trying to sabotage you. That's not in their DNA. However, it is in their DNA to test you. And they will forever test you. And you should be grateful about this. That's the real kicker. Now I'm going to get into that, but let me go into a story, which is I have been trying to get better at talking to women and doing pickup, at my communication, at my overall attractiveness as a man for about like 5 years now. It's been something I've like focused my life on for like a pretty good amount of time. And I went from such a low level to where I'm at now, which is, I mean, I became kind of famous for it. I have coached thousands of men. I myself have a very happy dating life, and I don't really have a craving for more. Like, I don't feel inadequate at all as a man. I feel extremely confident in the way I look and how I present myself and who I am as a man, and I have absolute confidence that I can be the man I need to be for the woman I want. And back then, I did not have that. So that's why I'm telling you guys that. And I know you might not be there. You might not feel this absolute confidence where if you're a 10 out of 10 dream girl sat down in front of you, you're talking to her, you might not be able to have a great conversation with her. You might not deep down believe you are fit to be her man. That might not be you, right? Or it might be you. Who knows? But let me tell you, in this journey of me improving myself with dating, with my self-development, with my ability to hold frame as a man with women, I've been tested countless of times. Countless of times. And guys, this will start at the beginning of interactions if we're talking about pickup. So if you're meeting a girl at the club, you're meeting a girl at the street, they will test you within minutes. This will happen then. This will happen on the first date. This will happen when you're texting a girl on online dating. This will happen with your girlfriend on the first month, second month, third month, 6th month, 1 year, 10 years. It will happen forever. Because let me explain to you this theory, which is that women, their role is to keep you as a man sharp as fuck. You cannot become soft as a man. Think of it this way. The way you get a woman is the same way, maybe not the exact same way, but let's just say the way you get a woman, the things that you need to attract a woman, you need the same things to keep her. You need more and the same things to keep her. Essentially, you attract the woman through being attractive, through presenting attractiveness to the woman, to perceived perceived attraction to that woman. That's how you get her into your life. But the way you keep her is by creating a deep connection with her and maintaining this attraction. That second part is where a lot of men fuck up. And if you've ever lost a woman, it's probably because that second part. It's probably because you lost the attraction at some point. And how did you lose it? You lost it because she tested you and you failed. That's how you lose attraction. How do you gain attraction? She tests you and you don't fail. She tests you and you don't break. And this can go in the simplest of things. I'm going to give you guys some examples. If you're doing pickup and you meet a girl at the club or you meet a girl on the street, what is one way she can test you? One way the girl can test you is by giving you what we call a shit test, which is when the girl says almost like a jab at you, almost like a little joke towards you, almost like putting you down. And if you show emotional reactivity, then you fail the test. If you don't show that, then you're good. And by the way, that is exactly, if there's one key word into like, okay, what does it mean to fail a test? To fail a test essentially means that you became emotional. Here's the thing. Nothing's wrong with being emotional. but you reacted off emotion. You let your emotions control you. It like got inside your body and controlled you, and then you started to act upon these emotions. That's what it means to be emotion reactive. And if you do that, that usually will mean you fuck up the fucking thing. That means that you failed the test. Girls will continuously test you for emotional reactivity. Continuously. They need to make sure that if some shit were to happen, if there were tigers in the jungle, like back in the days, this all comes from back in the days. Like back in the days, you guys would go in the jungle and there'd be tigers and shit. And like the girl has to know that she's with the fucking man. She has to know that if a tiger came out the bushes, you wouldn't just run away like a pussy, but instead you grab your spear and kill that fucking tiger. How does she know that? She knows that by testing you. See, now we don't have tigers. Now we don't have as much of this danger in the world. So she has to bring danger. She has to literally do shit to you to see would you crack or would you not crack. Because in this world, there is still potential danger. That's why she still needs to feel safe with you. That's where it comes from. So anyways, when you're in a pickup interaction, a shit test a girl might give you is something like, oh, do you say this to all the girls? This is a very common thing a girl will say if you're starting to do pickup in clubs, you're starting to do pickup in the street, and maybe you're not so good at it, so you're just coming off kind of transparent, like you're transparently coming off incongruent. You're coming off like not who you are, which is normal, by the way. And by the way, I could keep going on tangents, but by the way, that is what causes girls to test you, is when you give these signs that maybe you aren't who she thinks you are, maybe you aren't who you are displaying yourself to be as. In those moments, that's the windows when she will test you. So yeah, if a girl tells you something like, oh, do you say this to all the girls? If in that moment you got emotional, right? You got nervous. If you were like, oh, no, I don't really do this. Yeah, can I still get your number? I promise, I don't really do this a lot. Can I still get your number? And then the girl is going to literally reject you. Because you failed the test, which means the attraction you had just went down. That's an example in the pickup realm. Now, in the dating realm, what's an example in the dating realm? You know what? There's actually a very common one, which is I've dated a lot of women, and something women say a lot is this concept of, they don't say, okay, you know what it is? I want to be very particular about how I frame this, but women will frequently tell you verbally that they don't want to have sex that night. This is a very common thing that I've heard other people tell me they've heard, and I've also dealt with myself. I've went on dates with women where they say something like this. We don't even have to be close towards sex. She might just say this. This is another test. Now, don't get off this video and start fucking typing on the comments being like, what do you mean it's a test? She just generally doesn't want to have sex. Hold up. You're not listening to the entire part of this. This is a test. You know why? Because what's happening in that moment is she wants to see, will he react negatively from me saying this? Because if she told you, hey, by the way, like, I don't see us having sex tonight, or hey, by the way, we're not having sex tonight, or hey, just so you know, don't have any crazy ideas, we're not having sex tonight. However she says it, if you show too much interest in sex, if you were like, oh, why not? Why not? Like, what's the big deal? Well, if you started to act like this, oh no, you're fucked. Well, technically, you're not fucked because you are not having sex that night. You have fucked it up. You've shown emotional reactivity. You've shown that you're too invested in sex, which is extremely repulsive to women. Women hate that. Women do not want you to really care about fucking them, which I know it can be confusing to some men, right? Men are like, but that makes no sense. Like, why wouldn't she want us to do that? Trust me, women don't want you to be so thirsty for them. This is a turn off. It's a massive turn off. Really, it's a sign of inexperience. Because if you don't have experience, of course you're going to be thirsty for the first girl that you have your hands on. The only man that truly doesn't care that much is the man that's already had what she's offering. And that's kind of the dark side of this, is like you kind of need experience to pull off the character I'm talking about in this video. But anyways, that's another test. And here's the thing. Sometimes the girl will mean it 100%. Of course. Sometimes a girl just saying that just to make sure you're not a fucking weirdo and you're not going to freak out when she says that. No matter what, how you react needs to be the same, which is like, you don't care. You don't. Like, oh, it's all good. No worries. You have to show zero emotional reactivity, no matter what. I'm not telling you this is going to provide any sort of result that night, but what I am telling you is that you're not going to scare her away. You're not going to fail the test. Your attractiveness doesn't go down. Okay, that's test number 2 example. Here's the third example, and this will come up in a relationship. So the first one was pickup, the second one was dating, the third one is relationship. Let's think. What is an example of a test a girl would do in a relationship? Oh, I got one. I got a pretty good one. The girl will get mad at you for small things. This will happen. This happens a lot. This is a common thing. The amount of men that talk about their wives getting mad, nagging over something small, right? This is like a known thing. Like a lot of men just accept this. They're just like, this is what's going to happen with women. Women are like this. Fuck it. You know, men just go to the bar, drink their problems away. They're not thinking too hard about this. They're just like, oh, women are women, women are whatever. Here's the thing. Will women always be more emotional demand? Yes, that's just how it is. Does that mean that when a woman gets emotionally reactive and gets angry with you over the smallest of things, you just have to take it on the chin and you don't do anything about it? No. You have to pass the test because once again, this is a test. The woman is she's not doing this consciously. And by the way, all of these 3, they're not necessarily doing them consciously. Every test, most of them are subconscious. Most of them, it's her biology trying to weave out the weird dudes and bring in the good guys. It's her biology, honestly. Just like it's your biology to go after the attractive women. Just like you want to go and do pickup because you like women, it's your biology. It's not your conscious decision. You're not consciously like, oh, I want to date a woman because women are attractive. No, it's something you feel. Anyways, talking about biology, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. So women's biology is to test you. It's mostly subconscious. And yeah, in the long-term dating, a woman will get mad over something small. This is an obvious test that will happen. How do you fail it? You fail it by getting pissed off at her, by screaming back at her. So let's say, I don't know, there's a dog. Let's say there's a dog in my house, right? And the dog shits and she gets mad for whatever reason. Let's just make this up. Guys, this actually never happened. I'm just making something up. Dog shits, she just like, oh my God, the dog fucking shit. Oh my God, why don't you clean it up? Why didn't you clean it up? It's been dirty for like an hour. Right? Just imagine a girl did that. And then if I was like, what do you mean it's been dirty for an hour? It's actually been 30 minutes. And why don't you clean it up? That's me being emotionally reactive. That's me failing the test. But once again, does that mean I just do nothing and just clean up the shit with my fucking face? Just like, okay, I'll clean up the shit, keep screaming at me. No. It's another way of failing the test, which is like, there's 2 ways. It's like, 1, you're emotionally reactive. 2 is you have no fucking spine, you got no backbone. You need to have some spine. In the relationship, you need to. In pickup, this isn't as big of a problem because girls are just not going to be as emotional, basically, like that. You know what I mean? So what do? You need to do like a little healthy balance. where you don't stoop to her level. And remember that. Never stoop to the woman's level. Women, they're not manipulative. Well, there's a lot of debate over, are they manipulative, are they not manipulative? I'll tell you right now, they are, but it's not their conscious doing. It's their biological wiring, basically. It's kind of what it is. But anyways, yeah, so what's the right thing to do? Is you need to have a talk with her at some point about this behavior. You need to. It could be in that moment. Sometimes it's not good to do in the moment, but you need to eventually talk to her. If this becomes a recurring pattern, which is the key element. If there's this one-off thing she does and it's annoying, I would just kind of, in my opinion, my general advice is just kind of take it on the chin, bro, and just don't let it get to you. Never let it get to you. Never stoop to her level, like I said. So don't scream back at her. Don't do any of that shit. And then just let yourself calm down internally and then move on with your life. Fuck it. Clean up the shit. Who gives a fuck, right? In that moment. Not a big deal. But if it's a recurring pattern, imagine every other day she starts talking about the shit and boom, boom, boom. Or she just talks about something and just screams at you. Then at some point you need to sit down with her and have a talk. And you need to tell her, hey, I have been feeling like X about X. I don't appreciate when you scream at me. And you have to isolate what's bothering you, right? You have to be very clear to this woman as to what exactly is bothering you. Is it the fact that she wants you to pick up the shit, or is it the fact that she screams at you? Right? You have to be very specific with these things. And then you have a talk with her, and you need to hold frame in that moment. You need to tell her, hey, I really don't appreciate this thing. Can you not do this thing? And then essentially what happens is once you get agreement on her as to she won't do the thing, because once she's not emotional, she's going to see that she was being irrational. Once you get the agreement, then next time it happens, you bring up the talk. You're like, hey, do you remember the thing we were talking about the other day? And she has to acknowledge it. She might be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, you're right. Or she might be like, oh yeah, I don't care though. Pick up the fucking shit, right? Okay, well that becomes a new thing you gotta discuss. And maybe not at that moment. Maybe not. But this is what you need to do. Is like when things happen, recurring problems in a relationship, you need to call them out from a non-reactive place, set a new boundary or a frame, hold it, remind her of this thing next time she does fuck up, if she does. And at some point, you need to, honestly, this is very interesting, but I'm starting to realize this is damn near getting out of the freaking, this is getting out of the scope of this video. I could talk about this forever. But that is essentially how you handle a shit test with the relationship, with the dating, with the pickup. That is what shit tests are. Remember, guys, don't stoop to the girl's level. Stay strong as a man. Don't get too emotionally reactive. You can never control the actions of others. You can only control your own actions. So, take action today. Link is in my description to work with me one-on-one. I am a dating coach and a personal development coach. I can help you with your life. I've changed my life. I've transformed me personally, and I've transformed other men a lot too. I hope you click this link. If you don't, all good. Keep watching the free content. I'm going to keep posting these videos. I have another channel too, by the way. It's the same name as this channel. Just look at my name. You'll find me pretty shortly as you scroll down. And that's it, guys. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon. Peace out.